Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and you join us for more Tennis Manager 25 as Yana Kovačkova and Michael Antonius attempt to qualify for Wimbledon. We already have two entrants, Hannah Klugman, Moise Kwame, both ready going into the tournament. They're both high up enough in the rankings, and that's pretty cool. But we do have these qualifiers for Yana and for Michael. And I will point out that I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. I would love them to qualify, but I think they're going to come up a little bit short. But if they do, having all four at the first round of Wimbledon would be pretty fun and kind of crazy, to be honest with you. So, kind of just want to get into it a little bit. Yeah, we do have these tournaments set up, which I'm hoping going to be quite easy and not that tiring because it is the week before Wimbledon. That's just how the schedule has broken down. 6-2, 6-love. That's exactly what I needed to see. Like either we win really easily or we get bounced really early. That's kind of my hopes for these tournaments. From a form point of view, I would like us to win but not get that tired. Um, okay. 6-6, and then somebody's retired with an injury. And it isn't us. I mean, it has us down as a 0, but it's literally 6-6. We didn't even complete the 7th game, so I don't know why we would lose that. Um, Maybe we're on our way to losing the first set. What I really like is we played 14 games in our opener, and then we only played 12 in the round of 16. So, okay, a lot of games in the quarterfinal. Moyes does get knocked out. Ugh. Sadly, the dream is kind of dead with Antonius also getting knocked out. Let me just look at Kwame for a moment. Yes, morale's really low. His physical condition's pretty high, though. We can keep it there because he's going straight into Wimbledon. And Antonius, he won't be going anywhere. So I can just get him a decent amount of training, I guess. That'll be fine. We're making money. We're doing okay. Our goals are really good. Pretty happy with where we're at. I do worry a little bit about Hannah here. Just the amount of games she's going to be playing, but she is fully fit right now. I don't mind that. So, as long as she's not super tired, she gets bounced out of the tournament, which isn't the best, but it isn't the worst either. It really isn't the worst. And again, all we're going to do is a little care just to make sure that we're all set up. Yeah, her morale's going to take a bit of a tanking. I guess really we don't need it because we just got 3 rest days or 3 rest sessions. That should be good enough to get our physicality up a little bit, right? Because it doesn't need to be a ton. It doesn't need to be a ton. And that won't hurt the morale even more. And it'll get the morale moving up a little bit. So we should be good then for Wimbledon. We should be good for Wimbledon. Gonna save. And Yana, third round qualifiers. Wow. Wow. Did not expect that. Did not expect that. Antonis' serve and gets a little bit better. Topspin gets a little bit better. And control improves to a 12, which is nice. Yana's volley gets a bit better, but not very far along those at all. Yeah, okay. Semi-final, what's that? 29 points out to the eventual winner. Um, that's okay. That's okay. Hannah's a little bit tired. I will go in. I know we got more care and rest. Just want to make sure. If morale's going to be low anyway, then morale's going to be low. But like that's just something I feel like I need to do right now. And then we're just going to go full send on care to try and get Yana as fit as possible. And he's on balance training medium. I mean, sure, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. So week 30, he could do. He could do something. If there's a qualifier for a 50, I might do that, but there's not. He can just go into a 75. I don't love that. But I also really don't love qualifiers. Yeah, that's the problem. I really don't love these qualifiers. So I think maybe it's a 75. And then a 50, then a week off. 75, 50. I think that works for him. Kind of works for him. Yeah, again, we don't want any qualifiers. And where what are we doing with you? What are we doing with you? Try a 35. And I'll go to a 15. Week 34. Maybe a 15. And then week 36, maybe back up to a 35. We're just varying it up a little bit. I think that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is it time to move Moyes up? Maybe. Let's go 75. 75. 75. And then 100. Let's get him in the right way. Yeah, because these rookies. I'm guessing 75, 50. 75, 125. We're at a really weird point in the season where it's like it's difficult to really see how we're gonna move forward in the right way. And we did just have a little time around Wimbledon where we're kind of playing back-to-back tournaments. We have a little time off, but then we've kind of got to play back-to-back tournaments after Wimbledon to catch back up again. So, yeah. Yeah. Let's big up the audience if we can here. Matches are matches. Advantageous. Let's back Hannah. A couple of care sessions, couple of rest sessions, and there we go. Kwame just got bounced again in the first round. He got to the second round last time. Who did he get drawn against? World number 4 and the home court favourite, Jack Draper. So is that twice he's been bounced by the world number 4 now? Last time it wasn't Jack, was it? So yeah. Okay. Not the best, but not the worst, really. That's really tough. It's really, really, really tough. And on the women's side, 128. We're going to see Hannah in here somewhere. Elise Mertens, 49th in the world. That's not the worst draw in the world. It does mean we might be up against Barossa, number 6 in the world, if we get through. Not the worst in the world. And Yana, knocked out by countryman Krejcikova. But for someone that's that far behind in the world rankings, she won one more point than her opponent. All 3 sets went to tiebreaker. We took the first, we lose the other 2. Sorry, not tiebreaker, extended. So we win 7-5, lose 5-7, 5-7. Our first serve was better. Well, serve percentage was better. She had a slightly better first serve points win total. We had a better second. And really, what it looks like is it mainly just came down to the break points. So that was a coin flip of a game for Yana, playing against the number 5 seed in the world, her countrywoman, who looks absolutely outstanding. Like, that's tough. That's fun. It is tough, though. That is tough. Okay, Yana. Let's get you training a lot. Let's get you training a lot. I'm going to get you set up for training that way. Kwame. Heavy training for you, sir. Decent amount of care already in your schedule. You should be fine. That'll get everybody where they need to be. And Antonius, we just go heavy with you as well. Think that works for me. Okay. So 1 didn't qualify. 2 got bounced by top 5 players in the world. And Hannah's got a slightly better draw against a very tough opponent in Elise Mertens. But we could do something. And we don't. 3, 6, 1, 6. So Jana had to qualify. The worst of our 4 players, but did qualify. And then came the closest to progressing out of the round of 128 at Wimbledon. Okay. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to interview. And Hannah. Yeah. I really should have booked week 29. I don't know why. In my head, it was Wimbledon last 2 weeks. It's week 27, week 28. Week 29 to rest after that. And then we'll go in on week 30. And the qualifiers would have done 26, 27. So having 28, 29 off and going back in 30 made sense. But nobody was going to progress to the second week. At all. Like, it would have been a miracle. So I kind of screwed myself there. I lost a week in the schedule, which is why I'm now doubling. And I'm probably going to have to double again. I'm probably going to have to double again at some point. A little more footwork, a little more serve for Hannah. Because we got time off now. We've got 2 weeks off. She can recover. They can all recover. They can train pretty hard now. But, yeah, that wasn't the best at all. Anticipation for Kwame up. Speed of Jana up. Backhand consistency and speed up for Antonius. That's all really, really good, to be fair. That's really, really good. I'm fairly happy with that. And yeah, I think I'm just going to bump everyone up to heavy this week. Because they can do heavy training this week, then they can do prep for next week. And then they're all in a good place. But it's time to put the work in. It's time to put the work in because, yeah, I think we've had 1 victory on the Grand Slam stage so far. And that's it. So, Antonius, a small rise. Didn't play as much. Didn't win as much. Still got a good amount of points, to be fair. Jana dropped 20 places, but gained a few more points off almost no tournaments. Dropped her win rate a little bit, but difficult to say. Moyes drops back down to 69th. Didn't win many points at all. And didn't really do anything. Hannah actually improved. Up 4 places, a few more points. Less tournaments, but more wins and a much better win rate. I'll kind of take that. Her forehand gets a touch better. Moyes can counter a little better, as can Michael. So I'm fairly happy with that. I think we're still doing okay. We do need to ramp up a little bit and make sure that I did not book him into. I 100% did not book Moyes into 1,000 tournament. Like 1,000,000% I did not. Why is he being booked in these tournaments like that? Like, I don't get it. There's no way I would have clicked that. Require participation. Oh, why? He's not ready for these tournaments. He's too high up in the world. So I guess we're just gonna have to keep booking him there then. And that we don't need to do that for Hannah. And in fact, we wouldn't be allowed to. Uh, yeah. I don't know why I booked the way I did there, because like I knew that that the US Open was coming up. So I need to unbook everything for those two. No understanding why as well that Moyes is getting booked in. No understanding that it makes a little sense, I guess. And that'll be them all, which puts us on 14, 13, 14, 14. So Yana is down a tournament. Yana is down a tournament. Okay. We're playing these two back to back. I think everybody is. And we got the US Open, which is going to take us through to 36. Can we try qualifying for a tournament that just is going to knock us out? Because we can't, because if we want to do the US Open qualifier. But if we don't want to do the US Open qualifier and maximize our points, then we could try going into 100 there, 75 here, and then a 75 here. But I do kind of want to go for the US Open. Maybe got to look at things after the US Open again. I had a plan, and these big tournaments come out, and I just kind of completely get sideswiped by them. So, okay. That is what it is. 31%. Yeah, we'll go down to 27. For Moyes, we'll go down to 27. Yeah, at least it makes sense now. It makes sense to me as to why we are kind of getting auto-booked into tournaments. I wish that wasn't the way I found out. I wish it would have been like a news item that comes up. Hey, you know, your player, Moise Kwame, is now inside the top 96 players in the world. This means he would be auto-booked into these following tournaments this season. I wish it was something like that. Sienna's return. She's got a few claws. Moyes has got a few clauses. Forehand gets better. And the balance for Hannah is getting closer. So, clear these out. And this will put us where we want to be. Just kind of suffering for form. Yana. She qualifies in Wimbledon, and all of a sudden she wants less money to go towards the academy. Okay. Just get rid of these wild cards. Not interested in those. Ooh, Giannis timing. That'll be nice. What is timing? That's off. That's defensive. That's offensive. Control is defensive. Okay. Yeah, same stat, just one for offense, one on defense. Yeah, everyone can do with a little bit of work there, really. Moyes needs a bit of control. Those two need a bit of both. Hannah's good there. Again, I think it's just footwork. If we kind of focus footwork. And then we can just focus forehand, really. Because the volley and underspinning can have much less of an impact. But yeah, I think definitely footwork and forehand is kind of the way forward there. I'm surprised her composure's that low. Moyes is a 14, Jan is a 12. So, yeah. Yeah. Not sure exactly how we're going to improve those per se. And that might be a big thing. But everyone is at least developing little bits. You know, some people have 20 to 30 point weeks. Some people have sort of 15 point weeks to 20 point weeks. That's fine. It's not too bad. And we've done our renegotiations and whatnot. And right now, looking at this, I feel that we're all pretty ready for the next tournaments. And we're in a good spot for these ones. So, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah, we're not set up to qualify there. We're kind of falling down a little bit here. Jana's not that far. For a bad start to the season, she's not that far away, but I don't know if we'll be able to get there. So, yeah, I think we'll just kind of see. We'll just kind of see. But we need to have some good tournaments. People do need some rankings. Chance to avenge a loss to Maria Golovina. And Hannah does. So 7-6, 6-4. Everybody else wins their 32s as well. Bit more money for us. Fairly happy. I know I don't know kind of where this next upgrade is gonna go. I can't lie. I'm not really sure. Might make sense to spread a few of these about. Might make sense to also start pushing down extra progression routes here. I don't feel like any of these are particularly great value in terms of what our income will be. Kind of feel like this is just the biggest income boost. Still, it's not great, but it's not bad either. My thinking right now as well is we're in a really solid place. We won't pick up Youth Academy. We'll probably continue to have these two on the team because they're doing okay. They are doing okay. And then we can kind of figure out the rest moving forward. Invest a little more heavily again in the youth and just progressions. Oh, wow, we get knocked out. Wow. Just lost basically on the break points, which I didn't expect considering that's pretty much killer instinct. So, like, to win break points, the fighting spirit to, like, not lose those break points, sure. I think composure also plays into that, though. Yeah. Okay. But Moyes is through to a quarterfinal. Oop, what am I doing? Here we go. Yana is through to her quarterfinal. And then, oh. Oh. I didn't realize they were both in the same tournament. Okay. Antonius does win. Moyes doesn't win his quarterfinal. They would have been set to meet at some point. Yeah, they would have been kept apart until the final two. But we don't get that. We don't get that. The person that knocked out Moyes is number 7 seed from Romania, Morescu. And two ranking places below us. And we navigate through to that final 7 seed versus 6 seed, 162nd in the world versus 164th. And Antonius has a chance to avenge a defeat as well. 6-3, 6-4. Takes the Liberec Open Wow, that's fun. That's fun. Wow, okay. And Yana, 6-4, 6-3. Yeah, we are. Okay, US Open, qualify. US Open, qualify. US Open, regular. US Open, regular. And Antonius, there we go. So his fighting spirit, composure, and killer instinct all jump up. Tactical skills for Kwame are okay. Hannah, a little bit of everything there. Yeah, we needed those victories. We needed those victories. I do feel like Hannah and Moyes probably need a victory, to be fair, and I'm not sure they're really going to get them. I'm not sure anyone's going to get the rest they deserve either. Hannah has beaten Epsavia before, and we do again 7-5, 5-7, and then 6-3 in the third. Kwame gets knocked out in that Masters 1000, kind of as we expected. Who beat him? The number 46 in the world, and we would have got up against João Fonseca, someone I really, really like and almost brought into the academy to begin things, but I figured he was a little too old, a little too good. And yeah, just a real powerhouse. He would have been almost impossible to get past. He just would have been almost impossible to get past. So, okay, Kwame. Medium view. Hannah has beaten Joelle Lily Sophie Stier before. She should do so again. And oh my god, 6-love, 6-3 gets bounced by the German. Wow, our form is absolutely terrible. Um, yeah, they're just taking 20K to pay shareholders, which I don't love, but I understand, and it's not the biggest deal in the world. Yana's quarters, Yana's semi. I think this is a 15, right? She just won a 35. This is a 15, I believe. So he was in a 50. And this is a 15. Little injury. We've won a head-to-head before. 6-1, 6-3. That discomfort, we don't play for long. That is fine. Some decent movement here as well. Balance almost up, timing up. Love that. That does mean Yana has just gained 50 points for the tour. Yeah, she's very quickly becoming a decent player indeed. And they both have this week off, whereas Kwame and Hannah go into the next tournament straight away. That's good. And let's see. Kwame gets knocked out, as expected. Hannah is, of course, not the top seed in this because we're now playing up against some really good people again. Hayo Kinoshita has beaten us before and will do again 3-6, 3-6. So yeah, that's a 125 for Hannah. Yeah. I feel that was the right way to do things, though, going for some hard tournaments before the Open, knowing we're likely to get knocked out early, and just hope that we enter the... Yeah. Hope that we enter the full tournament in good shape. Because they've got their preps going. Let's just make sure we can get into Hannah's training program and set it up the way we want it to. And yeah, I wish that the fact that it's got like tournament here, like I wish we were able to just like click and have a little like drop down window and select what type of training program. Because I think that would be cool. It's nice that we can do things here as well, though. I do like that, but yeah, we can kind of save and load our own, but we should be able to change the program here if there are default programs to work from. I feel that would be kind of helpful. And everybody is at least satisfied with where they're at, which is good. We're not that far away from the end of the season right now. We do need to look at our registration. So I think we're clear through 36, which would put us here in week 38. Yeah, huh. We need to book to the end now, really. So Hannah needs 4 tournaments. You need 4. You need 4. Yana needs 5. Okay. Okay, so we're in week 33, right? So 16 will be the US Open. We won't be able to do anything else in that time. But 16, 17, 18, I think the rookie 50 is really this empty. I think. I think. Good of the week. Okay. So that's 1. That's why. That's why it wasn't making sense to me. That's why it wasn't making sense. Cool. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Uh, this might be a good week to do it. Instead, if we come here for 4, and then we do 5, and then we do 6. And just in case we got to pull out of a tournament, then we're safe. Yeah, so we need 5. That's 1. And then we're here. So 2, 3, 4, which should wrap up his season. And then 5. Because if he is winning some tournaments lately, which he is, I'm playing okay. But he just won a 75. So I don't feel bad booking him like that. And then Kwame's going to need 5. We just got knocked out of this. So I think this is already counted. So we're going to need 5 on top. So the US Open is 1. And again, I think 2. 3. I'm trying to keep him in Europe because he wasn't. So 4. I think you went to Lima. Let's try the Brest Open. Let's try the home one there. Oh, no, because okay, so you're not auto-qualified. You're not auto-qualified. Okay. But you will be for this one. Ah. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, mandatory 3, 4, because this somehow isn't mandatory. I'll take that week off just in case. We should be done at this point anyway. And then we'll see where we get to. But I am going to book him for the next gen finals because I think we've got a shot at that one. I do feel we've got a shot at that one. And again, this should be 5. So 1 is the Open. And then we need 4 more. So 1, 2, because, yeah, we're not auto-qualified. So 2. That's fine. Right? 3. 4. And yeah, I don't think that we're going to qualify for that. I don't think we are. But I think we book it just in case we do sneak up the rankings and we do end up qualifying. But I think if you look here at some of the ages on the women's tour, like I'm not sure how young you have to be, but 1, 2, if it's 22 or below, 3, 4, 5 is 23, 6, 7, 8. If it's down to 22, then Perea is 8. If it's 21 and under, Jamila Chova makes it 8. If it's under 21s, then we've got Jovic, Penikova, Van Drome, De Silva, Efremova, Vujovic, Snigireva, might be how that one's pronounced. Shot in the dark, why not? And then Hannah. So yeah, we would have to probably end up somewhere in the 60s for that. And that's if it's 20 or younger. And I think it's probably not. Yeah, he's ranked 15. He's ranked 15 at 77 in the men's world, and I know there's a bunch of younger people in the women's game who are pretty dang good. So she's probably just not going to need it. I'm going to leave it booked. I think at least that puts us on for enough tournaments for the whole rest of the season now. We get our shot at the US Opens. Did I set these up to qualify? Oh, almost timing for Yana. That would have been really nice there. Just barely moved. Another one like that, and it'll be enough, but yeah. And Hannah's anticipation's already really, really high. Because, yeah, they're booked in for that. Okay. Sweet. That means we can roll on. Absolutely fine with that. Hannah's just not in great form, which we knew about. So as long as she doesn't fall at the top 100, we're okay. Oh, I was hoping Yana would do something again. Because if Yana would have done something there, that would have been a big sort of push to get her inside the top 200 and hit her objective. So not exactly where we wanted to be. Drop shot for Moyes. Pretty solid all round. And yeah, not exactly the best form going into these, but round of 128. 88th in the world, Lanlana Tararudi. Wow. Not sure we've played her before. But she's not exactly out of our range. She's beaten us twice, but we definitely do have a shot. 6-2, 6-3. We do not win. What's Moyes? Oh my god, Holger is out. He forfeited against Gaston. I don't blame him. No one hits like Gaston. Casper Ruud, oh my god. Okay. So the Danish player ranked number 1 is out. We get the number 6 rated Norwegian, as the Scandinavians are pretty strong, to be fair to them. Yeah, I'm looking at some of these rankings, and they're not that far ahead of Antonius, or below, or behind Antonius. Oh, we really need Hannah to do something. We really need Hannah to do something. Right now, that something is train. Oh, Moyes does get knocked out. Ah. So yeah, we can get into the Grand Slams. We just can't really do anything, which isn't surprising. It isn't surprising, but I keep seeing these matchups, and I think we're not far away where we're in the ballpark. We can do what we need to do here. Everyone's just about where there needs to be anticipation for Hannah, counter for Yana, volleys for Antonius, which, to be honest with you, was the weakness that we did want to take care of. So they've had a little bit of rest because they're getting knocked out of tournaments, so not qualifying for tournaments. So a little bit of rest and then a little bit of prep work for the next tournament too. As we get towards the end of this week. And yeah, Antonius up inside the top 150 is wild. I really didn't think he would be. So we lowballed him so much. 212. It's a pretty good jump. We've been slightly higher. And yeah, we're so close getting inside that top 200, which is what she wants. Kwame drops a few places, might not make the next gen series, but a solid performance from him, even though he didn't play amazingly well, and neither did Hannah really. She drops outside the top 100. Antonius' footwork, Yana's timing finally increases. Moyes tactically is better. Hannah's balance gets better. Okay. Everybody know has a little time off because of the World Cup, apart from Hannah. I just feel going heavy is the right way to go right now. I think it's the right way to go. Refuse all wildcards. We've booked our own tournaments. Not sure why we get the World Cup splash screen. Or it shows the week for the World Cup. Then it shows the splash screen, so you've got to click again. And then after you do it, comes up this news item, and you've got to click again. Why 3 clicks just to get into the World Cup and get out of it? I'm not involved. I turned down captaincy. I really don't care about it. I've kind of made that clear, and I can't do anything about it. I feel like that's good options. The weight room and the track get a little bit extra money in as well. Maxes them both out. Yeah, maxes them both out. Then I guess he's just saving up for really big things. Realistically, stuff like the balneotherapy room. Let's just do a physical therapy room while we're at it. We'll be really low on money, but we'll make that up by the end of the season. I don't feel that's a bad option either. And it is just generating more income. We started with absolutely nothing, just bare bones stuff. Make sure I could keep my commitments to the goals. I'll never reach the goals. Oh no, you're outside the top 100 by 12 points. You were just inside it. I've put you in some good tournaments and you failed to do anything. You only need to qualify for a tournament. Like, I'll do it again, but like, Jesus. You've been sucking, to be fair. How about if I take you out of that and we just try and get you into that? Give you a chance, at least. Yeah, these goals are just like so finicky, so arbitrary. The fact that we've had both of these filled for months and months and months, and now we're falling outside the top 100 because you're not playing well. I'm booking you in the right tournaments. I'm giving you opportunities. You just basically have sucked this year a little bit. Yeah, week 3, round of 64 in the Aussie Open, knocked out in the opening round of the others. That's fine. A 125, knocked out in the first round. A Pro 100, early on, quarterfinal. Middle of the season I put you in, you got knocked out. We've been dropped down to 75s. You've only won 2 and you made another final once. And in the 50s, you just haven't been playing well. It's not my fault you're not inside the top 100. That's kind of on you not winning tournaments and putting up points. Antonius has almost won as many 75s as you, and he's only played one. So, not my problem. Go cry, cry, cry. Go win a tournament, and then we can talk. How about that? You win a tournament, you'll be in the top 100, and I might have a chance to fulfill all your goals this season. But my God, the overreaction on that news item, I'll never hit my goals. Now, we're at least 50% on them right now. We got one full and one looked about halfway. And we're so close to getting up into an absolute mental one and hitting all 3. And yet the game's going to try and ding me again. Now, come on in, Hannah. You're not in great form. That's not my fault. Your physical condition is great. Your morale's just taken a hit because of your attitude. Can you get through? Or can you not get through? Round of 32. 125. Not easy. But you're a higher rating. You should be even higher. At this point, you should be pretty damn close to being ranked number 8 in this tournament. You win. Finally, let's go on a run. Let's do something. I like the fact Jana's also winning because she does need to get up into that top 200, remember? And we're up against the 8th seed now, who I think we should be ranked similarly to. Are we as good at? I don't know. I don't know if we're as good as. But, yeah, we get knocked out there. Not amazing. Country Club is up to level 2. That is maxed out. So, yeah, we've got little bits of income we can get for okay money. The recreational pool's not bad for the price. The restaurant and the conference room for the price are probably good. They might be some of the best we can get, but they're both going to cost a lot. This and this, yeah, probably on like 2 million, 3.5 million. 4.5 million, 5. Yeah, 5.5 to 6 million, I think, to get everything I want, which means it's going to take a couple of years. That's going to set us up with a full youth academy, a really good medical center, and the high earning business center stuff. All of that's going to really help us out long term. And then we can start rounding up the sports center and getting level 4 on all the courts and stuff like that just to help out. So we got a month, 2 months, 3 months. Not bad, though. Not bad. Okay. Yana gets quarters. Giannis gets through the semis. Love that. That's what we needed. 100% that is what we needed. We just spent money, so that's going to hurt us on our goals a little bit. Kwame could do with this because then he'd get a shot at the next gen if he gets, the 75 points from this. Number 1 versus number 2 seed. We've beaten Thiago twice. We're also like 90 points higher in the ranking on that screen. On this, it's 68. 7-5, 6-3. Lovely little 75 points for Moyes. And now Yana, unseeded on the other side. Number 537 in the world. 537 in the world. Where's number 8 seed? Oh, that's right here. Yeah, 482 for the number 8 seed. So not that far away from being ranked, but isn't ranked with a better player. By far, Yana, go out, complete this, get those points. 6 love, 6-2. Absolutely phenomenal. That's what I needed to see. That's 100% with Yana what we needed to see. Absolutely fantastic. So 75 points there. That is 35 points here. Hannah didn't train particularly well. Antonius did. And that's all fine. But yeah, Yana's inside the top 200 now. That's great. So now we need to keep her there. We need to get Hannah back inside the top 100. And we need to try and get Moyes probably up to 65 to 60 to see if he'll qualify for this little next gen. Gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. We need them both to kind of kick on and do something. Hannah badly just needs to gain some form. Like, more than anything, she really needs to gain some form. Something powerful is going to help. I think everything is just going to be like super draining and bad for morale if it's going to improve the form in that way. Apart from a long swim. Long swim really seems to be kind of good. Yoga and Pilates, okay. We can do that. A little positive self-talk. We can do that. %, we can do that. Yeah. Let's make sure we're adding in a touch more care for Moyes and for Yana, because they're a little bit tired going into this. So they got their week of prep. Hannah is really concentrating on form. They got an extra care session just to try and bump their physicality up a little bit. And yeah, pretty good, I feel. So, okay, not too bad across the board. Looks like Dominic, one of the good young players, was gained a lot. I don't think anyone looks fantastic. We will get a better group and more of them next season. And like I say, the more we do here on the management structure, and on the campus, which is probably almost 2 million all told, that will fully kind of see our young players developing really quickly. That might make it worth bringing someone up from the academy. So have your say. Vote on our players. Who's impressed you the most so far? Antonius, I think, has had a phenomenal season. Yana, slowly coming good at the end, but a real rough start and a real kind of up and down season. Again, I feel like we're fighting with Yana every step of the way, but there's a lot of progress and there's so much potential. You know, it's difficult to judge sometimes. Moyes has been fantastic, but I think we're hitting the plateau now where if we've got to play in those 1,000-point tournaments, we're probably going to get bounced early. And that only gives us half the events to actually go and win points in, which means it's so much more difficult to rise up the rankings. And I guess that's kind of the point, you know? Keep the people who deserve to be in the top 100 in the top 100. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. And Hannah, we've had ups and downs. We just need to go and win something. That's it. We need to go win a tournament or two at the end of this season and just get back in the top 100. Keep everything nice. Yeah, I feel like we've got two great players and two very good future players. So have your say on that. Is there anything that we need to do? Should we focus on the academy? Should we focus on facilities? Or should we continue to focus on the business center for money? I don't feel like medical is that much of an issue right now, but maybe I'll be wrong about that. So please do let me know on that too. And we can also as well target some new staff next season and try and find the best way forward. So let me know. As always, thank you very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Please do smash that like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, check out the playlists on the channel and the memberships that are available. And I'll see you next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, all the best to you. And wish me a little bit of luck too, because we need just a touch of luck towards the end of this season to make everything nice before heading into what will probably be an expectation heavy laden season next year.